comparing House of the Dragon to The Acolyte, the two most talked about shows right now. Also The Boys, I haven't seen The Boys. But one, let's talk about the concept of woke within the shows. The controversial word. It really comes down to writing. You can make a show as progressive as you want it to be. And it will not cause a stir. It will not bother people so long as it's well written. It's woven in there in such a way that it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. I would argue The Acolyte isn't woke. I think the marketing was woke. But The Acolyte isn't itself. It's just that it's so devoid of depth as far as writing goes that people will pick apart anything they find. And when it's you know, that little needle of liberal pandering is only this big, when there's nothing to cover it, that's all that stands out. As to where House of the Dragon has diversity, has queerness, has women leads. Why does this not spark a controversy? The reason why is simply it is woven in there in such a brilliant way to where it doesn't stand out. You don't have anything. The surface of these, very touchy points are always needles like that, and what you do is you pile on, so that way the person's foot doesn't come in contact like that. And that's what happens when you have shows like modern day Star Trek or Rings of Power, Doctor Who. They're so shallowly written that it just stabs you right in the foot because you don't have layers to cover it. You don't have layers to weave in a story that makes these things not bother you. It's the rose with the thorns attached, but the rose keeps you from looking at the thorns. That's what you need, and that's, to me, it's all about the writing. 2, having an idea that's worth the runtime. Every episode of House of Dragon, every single minute on screen is adding to the ensuing war, the plot, the motivations of every character. Every character that goes up there, they answer the questions of, what do I want and what am I going to do to get it? What am I going to say to get it? What am I going to do to get you from point A to point B as a viewer? Every single character that goes on screen does not waste a second of screen time. That is very important. Acolyte, on the other hand, it is a show in 5 episodes now that has about 10 minutes worth of things important to it. And I'm like, that is a sad thing. It has about 10 minutes of plot and about 10 minutes of action. If you could really sum up that show in 1 episode's length of worthwhile things. And that, to me, shows that they don't have a plan worthy of 8 episodes. It is very shallow. It is very thin. As for House of Dragon, it's very thick. It's a fat, juicy, healthy show. And that's how Game of Thrones was. And that's what these shows that get talked about a positive way, that don't stir controversies. I'm like, it really all has to do with how meaty that writing is, how meaty that plot is. These people who go and they think every little intricate detail out. As to where The Acolyte, I'm like, it always feels like it's a fat kid who's chained in a basement with a really big crayon foaming at the mouth, just like, like he doesn't have an idea. And he scribbles something on a napkin and they're like, this is the plot. This is 1 page right here. I'm like, you guys got nothing. You got nothing. So, yeah, House of Dragon's kicking ass. Even episode 3, a whole episode where it's this dialogue, is so much more moving. Every bit of that, sentence for sentence I'm seeing on screen, I'm just like, God, so much is building here. It's building. It's a damn Jenga tower and just waiting for that Jenga tower to collapse. They're building upon the future collapse of the ensuing chaos. I'm watching Aemon make fun of Aegon, or Aegon make fun of Aemon, and these names are too similar. That dude's, that actor's face is insane. He should play Deathstroke in a Teen Titans movie. With the eye patch and everything like that. That last conversation that Rhaenyra had with Alicent. I love these names, by the way. I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful because I'm like, it did so much. And you get Alicent where she's contemplating. I'm like, oh shit, did I fuck up? I played the telephone game. So, yeah. The difference of writing. The difference of consistent, well-spent money. Set design, costume design, cinematography. Where you look at, Acolyte looks good when they're walking down the hills and the mountains and everything looks great. And then they go into a very obvious set and everything's really dark to hide the imperfections of the CGI. It's like, But overall, that is the core of it. It's always down to the writing. You can compare the two because you can see how long of an episode House of Dragon is compared to how long of an episode Acolyte is. And how much that screen time is wasted. With less time, they are wasting more time. With more time, they waste no time. That is the difference. Like and subscribe. Let me know. Compare the shows. Comment down below. Subscribe to a motherfucker.